Just thought I'd do a quick walkthrough of what's included in Ace Drum Production. We've basically got 3 sections: part 1, assess; part 2, capture; part 3, enhance. Assess goes through looking at your drumming, your room and how it sounds, your drums and cymbals and hardware and everything, drum heads, tuning, computer and audio interface, recording software, mics and cables and all that. Basically just looking at everything you've got, working out what you can use, what you need to get, and figuring out how you're going to approach recording drums at home or in a rehearsal room or whatever. Basically just not a professional studio. Once you've got all that dialed in, go into the capture section, which is about setting everything up, getting it working, testing some things to make sure it's all working properly and sounding good. I've got a setup template, a walkthrough of the way I set up a tracking template.
DAW set.
I've also included a download for that. Once you've got that set up, you'll be able to hit record and you'll be good to go. Tracking drums, once I've got the tracking template, the tracking drums part is pretty much just you playing drums and recording it until you get things right. And if you've done all these steps in part 1 and part 2, by the time you get to the mixing section, it should be pretty straightforward because your sounds will be clean, your drums will be in tune, you'll be playing the drums right, and mixing becomes much easier when you've done all that stuff in the early stages. So mixing drums, that goes over starting points for EQ and compression and reverb, and basically just getting all that stuff sounding good. The drum mix walkthrough is a full hour-long video going from start to finish of me taking what I've tracked in my tracking template and then mixing it from start to finish only using stock plugins. If you use another piece of software, that's fine. I've done it in a way where you can use the plugins that come with that software. Most modern recording software these days comes with a bunch of plugins like EQ and compressor that are more than capable of doing the job. So even though I've used Logic, it's not specific to Logic. The concepts are all the same no matter what software you're using. So there's that walkthrough. I might end up making this a separate course because so much went into it that it probably could be its own course. And then we're going to talk about exporting files. That's pretty much it for recording drums. And then I've got a few extras like mistakes to avoid, troubleshooting, and editing audio with video. So if you're wanting to record drums in your home studio or in a rehearsal room or something that's not a professional studio to use for things like social media videos or demos or audition videos to get into better bands and things like that, or to do remote session work, everything's covered from start to finish. Send me an email if you've got any questions.